Premiership, Canelli Ratabu. Hargreaves has been poleaxed and he remains down and in a little bit of pain.
It's whether Haskell had his arms wrapped round. I think he did, but the man bounced off. It was that big a hit.
He definitely had his arms wrapped around, but as he hits, he slides over the shoulder. So this is going to go down to interpretation, I think.
On the Saracens, number 5 on the 10-metre line, you make sure it was a legal tackle.
I think the damage might have been done by Haskell's head, actually, being on the wrong side.
Against Saracens.
TMO is David Grassoff.
We're checking the legality of the tackle. We're just checking the legality, okay?
Haskell gets his head on the wrong side here. And that's what I think causes the problems in terms of the grogginess for Hargreaves. Yeah, head on head.
That's just an accidental collision, isn't it? This is the best angle, I think. His arms are attempting to wrap. They slide off each other. There's nothing in that. It's not a penalty, it's just unfortunate.
It's so difficult to effect that tackle properly when the bloke you're about to tackle gets the ball so late.
And also, as he gets it, he dips his shoulder down.
JP,
so where you think he's going
to
be?
I have a response for you.
Go ahead, please.
It's foul play by the Wasps 7.
Okay, I haven't seen the screen. Can I have a recommendation, please?
Penalty.
Penalty on it, okay. Right.
That's the wrong decision.
I totally agree, Oz.
Captain?
What, with Oz or David Grassoff?
With David Grassoff, I don't think it is foul play. He gets his head on the wrong side.
Yeah, you got to make sure you complete the tackle.
Yeah,
penalty against you.
You can't complete the tackle if you're trying to hit and wrap, and as someone comes into you, they drop to the ground because you clash heads. Yeah. It's a wrong decision. You know, I hope he's not seriously injured, but I don't think there's any malice in that at all.
There's certainly the impression that Haskell was having to make the tackle just as Hargreaves was getting the ball.
Yeah. And his arms were around the side. It's not as if he came in with his arms almost crossed in front of himself to protect himself and hit with the shoulder. His arms are out to the side. He's as exposed as Hargreaves was.
Look, I just want you to listen to me on this. That's the decision that's for using the team no protocol. Stay with me, okay? Please. I will. Please stay with me, okay?
Well, that conversation was going on between JP Doyle and Steve Borthwick. I just wonder whether Borthwick thought that a yellow card was appropriate. Whether or not it was or wasn't, this business of players appealing for yellow cards is becoming more and more prevalent, it seems, Ben, and is that good or bad? Give us the ex-players' view.
Well, I think it's good. Of course it's not good to have in the heat of the game, players want to get an advantage if they feel that their team deserves it, and you know, this is just a mistake for me. He was head on the wrong side. Had they not had the collision of heads, I think he would have affected the tackle and managed to wrap his arms around and finish it off. Whether it's slightly high, I suppose that could be what David Grassoff says is the foul play, and that's resulted in the penalty, but at least it's not a...
Is there an element of recklessness about it?
Worse from that angle, actually.
That's the worst angle, isn't it? Is he leading with the shoulder there? See, these are the kind of things that the TMO has got to bear in mind, though, isn't it?
That's only two-dimensional, isn't it? It's not, you can't see all the way around the situation in one clip. So it's very difficult to give a complete view of actually what happened there. And I think that's one of the dangers of this TMO. We show them maybe 2 or 3 or as many different angles as they need, but it's still not as good a view as the ref has down there on the field. And I said this at the start of the season, once you start messing around with the autonomy of the referee, you're going to get players questioning the referee more, and that is what we're seeing in rugby, and it's bad. And that's one of the main reasons why I think the TMO experiment has some areas that don't work.
Well, how would you tighten it up in this situation? Because JP Doyle wanted to see an incident, or wanted David Grassoff to have another look at an incident that he had his questions about.
He's got to trust himself. He's the referee, and he makes a decision, and if he's wrong, we say, that's your decision, sir, and we move on. We don't keep questioning him, and he starts to question himself now.
So you take away that the ability now for the referee to have a look at foul play. You take that aspect of the revamped TMO thing.
Yeah, I think that's
completely.
what the citing officer is for, foul play. And I think the TMO is working in try-scoring situations.
Thankfully, I fully disagree with Austin. Because I think, you know, if your citing commissioner comes in, the team that's been disadvantaged in a game doesn't get any benefit. And we've seen before games where, for example, the Northampton game last year that was decided on an element of foul play, that actually Northampton lose those 4 points they would have got.
I don't think I'm getting my point across. I completely agree that it's bad
You
for foul
rarely
play,
do.
but I think that we're questioning the referee's autonomy. Once the referee's autonomy is questioned by players and by themselves, they cease to be a referee in their full regard with the whistle. So we need to give them the decision. Whether they're right or wrong, it's not
But
the point.
at the
They're
end,
the referee.
he has the last decision.
He does, but he doesn't trust himself anymore because he can go
He
to
just
4
gets
or 5
advice
different
to make that
people.
decision.
Let's just reiterate the point, though, that when you're looking for a definition of what referees like JP Doyle are going to go to David Grassoff for, it's elements of foul play that would lead to yellow cards or above. So there must have been a question mark in JP Doyle's mind that what James Haskell did was worthy of a yellow card. He'd seen it peripherally,
Yeah.
but he wanted to check with David Grassoff. There's nothing wrong with that, surely.
Well, what are his touch judges doing then, or his referee's
It was them
assistants?
who said go and have a look at it.
I don't like it. I think it messes with the soul of the sport. I've said it at the start of the season and I'm sticking to it.
But sadly for him and for all of us, that's not the way we wanted to see him end the match.